boy had just learned to brush his teeth by himself, but he didn't expect that he used too much force and actually loosened his teeth. He steeled himself and tried to pull them out with his hand, only to discover that he had reached the age of tooth loss. Suddenly, a tooth accidentally fell into the sink. He wanted to pick it up, but it had already been flushed into the drain. When the boy looked up again, the reflection in the mirror had grown quite a bit. At this moment, he picked up the towel next to him, wet it, and washed his face. When he put down the towel, he had grown a few years older. Then, he scooped up water and began to wash his face again. When he looked in the mirror again, the little boy had become a big boy. After entering puberty, he began to become narcissistic. He turned the radio volume to the max and swayed along with the music. Then, he picked up a razor because he was starting to grow a beard. Wiping away the fog on the mirror, the boy now looked like an adult. He opened the cabinet and put the razor inside. The moment he closed the cabinet door, the young man had turned into a middle-aged man. He took out a photo of a girl and smiled unconsciously. Obviously, he had a girlfriend. He stuck the photo on the mirror and turned his head to find that his girlfriend was already living with him. Turning back to the mirror, the man no longer looked so young. The moment he put the ring on his finger, his girlfriend officially became his wife. Soon, he had his own child. As a father, he felt very happy. From then on, he also had more responsibility and commitment. Turning to the mirror again, the man now looked much more haggard. The pressure of family life was becoming a little hard to bear. He began to like drinking. He became irritated by his wife's endless nagging. He smoked cigarette after cigarette. He even burned his wife's photo and then extinguished it. As time passed, the man's temper became more and more irritable. Perhaps only pain could make him feel alive. He hurriedly used water to rinse the wound. When he looked up again, he had become somewhat old. He even started taking sleeping pills. As he got older and older, his body also became fatter and fatter. The camera turned again. He began to have some difficulty seeing things clearly. He had to rely on reading glasses. He picked up the cup next to him and put his dentures inside. Looking at himself in the mirror, he smiled slightly, as if he had become indifferent to all the rights and wrongs of this world. Then, he leaned on his cane and prepared to leave. The moment he turned off the light, everything that belonged to him also ended.